There are a lot of weird guns in Phantom Forces, right? We've got things like this. Yeah. And we can especially build weird things too, like this. Yeah, that's fun. However, there are some weapons that kind of make sense, but are just still kind of weird. So in today's video, being a continuation, of course, of a video I did many, many months ago, I'd like to review some of the more weird weapons of Phantom Forces and talk about what they are, how they work, see if they're any good, and just overall stare at them and call them weird. So follow along, and if you end up enjoying the video, of course, don't forget to subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Subscribing is free after all, and there's tons and tons of content that you guys get to watch. Also, yeah, consider leaving a like as well. It helps a lot more than you'd think it would. I'd appreciate that. So our first weapon on the list here, as I'm sure that you could tell because I've had it up on screen this entire time, we are going to have the Groza 1. Now, this thing just looks gross. See what I did there? Are you laughing?
Please clap.
I don't know how I didn't kill that guy right there. But yes, our first weapon is going to be the Groza 1 that we take a look at. Now, this is a weapon that really a lot of people just kind of don't use. At least I never see this in game. However, you can see just by kind of looking at it, there's a lot of attributes to it that you might kind of notice from other things. As you can see, the Groza is literally just an AK. Right? You can see the big old curved 7.62 magazine, the goofy freaking like upper assembly right here, dust cover, bolt. It's all very AK-like because, well, this is a bullpup AK. However, you can see just by aiming down sights, this thing looks nothing like an AK. Like, absolutely nothing like an AK. But despite the fact that it's super ugly, recoil looks super chaotic, and overall it just is weird, yeah, this thing is actually extremely good. Now, we do get some crazy high damage out of this thing, with 37 maximum damage out to 40 studs, and a nice little hefty 24 damage out to 140 studs. So in theory, we should be able to 4-tap out to 132 studs. Now, we do get kind of a more AK-like fire rate at 750 as well, which really isn't too bad. You can definitely hear the very unique chunky metal sound of it kind of slamming pretty quick. Slamming my eardrums, at least. But the Groza is a weapon that I typically very much enjoy despite its absolutely diabolical recoil. You know, you'd think for something with a built-in freaking grip that it would be better, but it's just kind of not. Speaking of the Groza, we have two different Grozas. So normally we have the Groza 1 right here, but we also have the Groza 4, which also, yeah, gross. Now, the Groza 4 is very similar in a lot of ways to the Groza 1, that being, with it being basically a bullpup AK derivative thing. However, the difference with this is you get a good bit slower of a fire rate, lower range damage, but you get an integral suppressor. So you do have a minimum of 20 damage, unfortunately, as opposed to the 24 on the Groza 1, but the close-up damage is increased in range out to 70 studs and is increased in actual damage up to 42. Kind of good. Kind of really good. Now, unfortunately, we do only get a 20-round magazine with this. So basically, we are gaining close-up damage at the expense of range damage and magazine capacity. That's pretty much what you're getting out of the Groza 4. The grenade just walking in the doorway. Well, excuse me. But otherwise, though, it still kind of has that very gross look to it while still being actually a very, very solid weapon with damage and recoil. Well, not that the Groza 1 has very good recoil, but the Groza 4 definitely does. Got him. Man, this is, to me, I always prefer the Groza 4 over the Groza 1. Now, one of the more ones that you'll kind of recognize, because it's in a lot of different games these days, is going to have to be the Bison. Now, the Bison is kind of gross for a lot of reasons. For one, and while it's not really a reason that it's gross, you can see it's also basically just an AK. Now, this does have a different firing system than a traditional AK, but it's designed to look like one, so it has the same kind of like takedown ability as the AK. It's familiar to soldiers who field this, but you can see it's pretty much just an AK pistol with a big goofy drum that looks like you'd fill it with water and use it like a super soaker during a summer pool event or something. I don't know. But unfortunately, this is not filled with water. It is in fact filled with 9mm ammo. So that's cool. Yeah, definitely don't fill up your water gun with that. That's a bad idea. But this one, kind of on its base profile, looks fairly normal. It's just the big wacky magazine that makes it different. Now, as of the last couple of buffs, the PP Bison has actually gotten to be a very, very solid submachine gun, boasting 54 rounds completely stock and an absolute boatload of damage for an SMG that has so much ammo. And we also get a free 9x18 conversion, which lowers the range damage but gives you quite a bit more ammo. So yeah, it's definitely unique, definitely weird. But if you give it some love, you can see that its recoil is basically non-existent. One that I generally absolutely despise beyond any normal, reasonable measurement is going to have to be the, I don't even know where it is. There it is. The level 48 OTS 126. Now, if you ever played like MW2 back in the day, you might kind of recognize this, the PP2000, which maybe not looking like this normally. You might recognize this weapon. It was always a really big favorite of mine back in the day. I always thought it looked super unique and cool, and it is a unique and cool little machine pistol thing. However, its larger cousin, brother, family, sister, daughter, dad, dog, mother thing here of the OTS 126 is absolutely diabolical, evil, unusable, and really a waste of a weapon slot, in my opinion. I don't think I have to do anything more really than show you the recoil for you to kind of understand what it is that's going on here. Because yes, this thing is evil. Now boasting really high damage, nearly identical to the Groza 1 and Groza 4 kind of mixed together, and giving a crazy high ammo capacity of 44 rounds for a carbine with a big old stick pistol magazine thing. It kind of sounds like it's going to be kind of good, right? Well, slightly slower fire rate at 600, which fire rate's not everything. But again, that recoil though. Now allegedly I have put the best attachments on this weapon here, and you can see it's still not great. It's still not great. And while maybe some of my misses can be attributed to lack of understanding of the weapon, other than like point blank damage, this thing is not a very good weapon. I mean, it looks weird. It is weird. It's a weird thing to use. It's not a very good weapon. And generally overall, I would just advise using anything but this personally. Now, last time that I did this video, we talked about the KAC-SRR, but in the recent couple of videos that I've done, I have talked about this weapon a little bit here and there because it is absolutely fantastic. However, this thing does have a slightly different derivative in the Jury. Now, the Jury and the KAC-SSR are pretty much the same thing in a lot of ways, being revolver-based sniper carbine things. And while the Jury only has 5 rounds as opposed to the 6 that the KAC-SSR has, it's not just different in terms of ammo capacity. Now, yes, this thing is weird. You could just look at it and you just know that it's weird. But its damage figures are actually really, really good. So first of all, we do have 80 maximum damage with a guaranteed 1-tap torso kill out to 35 studs. And the damage drops off very gradually out to 200 studs, where it does a minimum of 50 damage, making it always a guaranteed 2-tap anywhere on the body out to maximum range. But we do get a guaranteed 1-shot headshot kill out to just about 170 studs there. Whew, this thing is kind of a monster. So while yes, we do only get 5 rounds, we get so much damage at our disposal that it turns this thing into a more than viable option to use. There's that 90 headshot damage that I'm oh so happy about right now. Oh, dude's trick shotting over there. Did I really just get an assisted? He land that trick shot? Okay, I guess so. Oh, 2-shot ability. I love it. Did I just do 99 damage to that man? There's no way. There's no way. You're done. You're done. What is this? Why do I have this equipped? You're done. You're done. You're done. Get out of here. Ooh, but you pretty much get the concept. Crazy high damage, but crazy low, I guess you'd say cylinder capacity as opposed to magazine capacity. Very nice. So that is pretty much going to be another list here of weird weapons that Phantom Forces has to offer. Of course, there are no shortage of weird weapons in this game, so if you have any others that you'd like me to take a look at, definitely let me know in the comment section below. Now, with that said, I hope that you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said earlier in the video, if you'd like to subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate that. Also, liking the video helps the channel out a ton. I know people are probably tired of hearing YouTubers ask them to like the video and stuff, but it really, really does help. So if you could do that, that'd be great. If you have any other video ideas for me as well, you can make sure to leave those in the comment section below, and maybe I'll pick out yours for a video. Yeah, that's pretty much all that I can say for now. Huge thanks to the channel members up on screen. You guys are fantastic. And check out my other Phantom Forces videos with the playlist currently up on screen right now. Thanks for watching, dudes. Peace. Oh yeah, by the way, thanks for 180k subs. You guys are awesome. Love you.